Y'all, so I'm going to read from this because it'll just be a hell of a lot easier and much faster for me. Today is November 10th, 2022, and I'm here in Dry Falls State Park near Soap Lake. Now, I've been in Soap Lake for about a week preparing for my walk from Tijuana, Mexico, all the way up to Vancouver, Canada. And I start that here in just a couple weeks in December. And I've also been editing the episode that I filmed in Spokane a couple weeks ago. Yeah, what was supposed to be a casual group walk to Donkey Island, about halfway through, I realized was something much bigger. All three of my guests have amazing, inspiring stories of triumph. And to share all of this adventure, I ended up having to break this episode into 2 parts. Well, come along, let me show you some magic. So today is October 30th, and I'm back here in Spokane at mile 6,683 plus 177. And I'm at Marengo Drive Park with my next set of challenge takers, David, Lynn, and Allie. We're getting ready to walk to Donkey Island. Have you guys been to Donkey Island before?
Never, for 30 years.
Right on. Well, let's go see what magic I can show them today. That's so beautiful back there. I mean, just that ridge.
All over the place. We live in such a blessed area.
Gosh. Yeah, you see.
Yeah, I've walked the entire Centennial Trail from Idaho all the way to 9 Mile Dam. Yeah.
If you get a good spot before the weekend hits, in the summer, you camp there and float for 6 hours. That's like the best fucking ride.
Yep.
Yes.
Hello.
North Idaho's beautiful. All the ducks. That is magic. That is really pretty.
That is pretty.
Oh, it looks like one of the fairy houses that I build out of shit that I find out here.
This is pretty sweet. Oh yeah, and here's the doorway.
I love it. Oh my god, this is perfect. Like this poor backpack, it's been through hell and high water. You can see it, but it has a seat. And it's my absolute favorite because it's great for accessibility, but also being outdoors. And then I put a strap on it.
That's awesome.
That's why I have a walking stick. I'm still getting used to using mobility aids.
Yeah, slippery.
Wow.
And down here is pretty much where I slept at.
Yeah.
Yeah. And this is how my morning is starting out. I mean, obviously somebody had a campfire.
Yep. Another spot back there.
Yeah. And the houses can't see you, and it's dark. I'm in my dark sleeping bag.
You get cold in the morning on this water though.
In the summertime, it's not bad.
Yeah.
Not at all. And if you look at like the wind speeds and whatnot, forecast, that'll help too on determining where you should camp at or whatnot. So there's like a log up here that I just lay behind.
Yeah, something for a windbreak.
Yeah. And then right here's a great spot to take the little one swimming, just because of the fact that it's shallow. You don't have to worry about a current. So
gorgeous out here.
Just magic. There are ducks. There's ducks. Lots of them. A big bird of quacks. Quacks. Hello, quackers.
Here I am with my friends. We made it to Donkey Island, and what do you guys think?
It's beautiful.
It's pretty awesome out here.
It's lovely.
Right on. Well, and I want you guys to meet my friends. So we're getting ready to have our dab sesh, and I want you guys to meet my friend David.
How you doing?
So what made you want to come out and take on a
I
challenge?
heard your story and what you were about. You know, I wanted to come out and see what you were about. And so I've been waiting for this walk for 2 years, and I'm finally here. So
Right on.
much love.
Right on. And what do you think of it so
I
far?
love it. I love being in nature. I love going hiking. So, you know, this is an easy, natural fit for me.
Next up we have Allie.
Hello.
So what made you want to come out and take on a challenge?
Well, I met you at Barter Fair like 2 weeks ago, and you told me your story, and it's everything. It's synchronicities we're just checking off. And so I knew that, like, I met you for a reason. Out of all times for you to come to my fire, I could have not been there. I have fibromyalgia myself and like a whole host of other things, and I just needed to do this for myself. I got to celebrate getting a whole art studio last night, and I peeled myself off the couch from a warehouse party to come do this out here, and I am so grateful that I did.
And Lynn, you came out with me before.
Yes.
Have you been here before?
Not to this part, and it's so pretty. I'm glad to be here because it's beautiful.
Right on. Right on. All right, well, go ahead, spark it up, my friend. Yeah, there's about 7 different kinds of.
This smells pretty. Your turn?
Yeah.
Like that one?
Yeah. So usually on my walks, I put an emphasis on cannabis and how it's helped and everything, but there's so much more to my journey. And one of the things that I love are all the humans with wings that I come across. Now I have these stories for days, running out of water and somebody stopping to hand me some. And I absolutely love it when I can hear the same kind of stories from others. So I want to ask my guests, David, can you think of a time when humanity has stepped up to help you out, and can you share with us 1 or 2 of them stories?
So there was this has happened multiple times in my life where it seemed like I was down and out, and I had no avenue to go, you know, to the next step, and no idea where to go to the next step or how to even get there. And someone in my life, you know, or just a random stranger coming by, you know, offered the words of wisdom or the needed help that I needed just to make that next step. And that it happened when I was changing careers. Yeah, it happened in times of crisis, you know, when relationships would fall apart. You know, I can't really pinpoint one story exactly, but there has been multiple people that have come into my life, you know, and have either remained in my life and are still in my life, or just came into my life for a short span, and there was always a lesson to be learned. And you know, I wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for the people that I've met across, you know, my journey of life.
Allie, can you share with us your experiences?
Yeah, there's a couple of them, but probably my friend Steve, he runs the production company that I now am a part of. And he's kind of always been there to like help, and like when I needed like the last like $50 to make the deposit on my old house and stuff. It was like, oh, hey, you can like wash my car or whatever, here's $50. But they never actually came to collect on that car wash. Just one of those people that it like silently sits and watches and observes. And I put 10, 12 years of blood, sweat, and tears into making sure that our like music industry and community is a safe, fun, cool environment to have like a good time in. And he has seen that and given me the space to be able to flourish. I'm a promoter and creative executive director for Fire at Will Productions, media in Spokane, Washington. we put on events, mostly drum and bass centered. Thing that we're starting currently this year is Spoke, which is the Spokane Promoter Outreach and Community Engagement nonprofit. And so what we are doing is providing drink test strips to prevent any sort of like date rape or drugging at any of our events, at anybody else's events that want them. We hand them all out for free, and we're going to be also providing drug test kits because while we're not encouraging it, you can't stop people from doing this stuff. So the least that we can do is make sure that people are having a good time and, you know, provide some harm reduction in the process.
Right.
And so if you're ever out in Spokane and you're at an event and you know, would like to be safe, come find us. We'll get you set up.
Right on. Right on. That is amazing.
And the probably one of the only people to actually pay not only what I ask for, but more and consistently, always, without question, for any of what I do, my services. Because of this, I'm able to support myself and my daughter. I'm a disabled single mom with a special needs kid, and I can be an artist full-time because there's people that are out there that are good and see others doing good and want to help lift that up. And like, that's part of what I do with my art, is like host other artists and give them a platform to be able to host their stuff. We're all just doing the damn thing, and I am so like, blessed.
Right on. Thank you. Thank you.
I can't wait to show you these people.
Right on. I'm looking forward to it. And Lynn, do you happen to have any experiences with humans with wings that you could share with us?
Everybody in my life currently, man, because I've cut out the toxic from my life, and people that are in my life have blessed me and lifted me up in tremendous ways. My accident is where I started to see people for who they really were, and those people continue to flourish with me, and I let people in my life that want the same goals. They want to help people, and they want to be there for people, and they want people to succeed, and they want to lift people up, and that's now just who I surround myself with, because they are the best people. And
really
real.
Cool synchronicity between your Angels with Wings and mine is Bonnie.
Yeah,
because she is a part of this production company with Steve and I. And I actually heard about you the last few days.
I love Bonnie.
And when you were telling me, I was like, wait a second. I know about you. And someone told me to bring that elephant for you.
She's one of my humans. She's one of my humans. Yeah, we even just had an interaction that was
when
just
I
like
walked
that.
up and I said, the universe told me to grab one of these. I was gifted a bag of soapstone hand-carved elephants from India. And I felt the need to spread this fucking just love. And so I brought you one for prosperity.
It's so pretty.
And you said that's exactly what you've been actually trying to manifest in your life. And I showed up.
Isn't that crazy? It's so funny. We're all like all crying now. We're all being emotional. But yeah, that's every day. If you look for blessings from people, you are gonna find them. No matter
There's
where
angels,
you are.
humans with wings everywhere.
They're everywhere. You just have to actually know that and be thankful for the things in your life, because if you're not thankful, then you're not going to see these people. You're not going to see them because you're not looking.
Right.
You're not grateful.
It's the energies that you put out is what comes back to you. It's what you're looking for.
Your vibe attracts your tribe.
That's the truth.
True.
That's the truth.
This has been such a great time. I want to thank you guys right now so much for coming out and joining me.
Thank you for being you and doing
Inviting
you.
us to come out here with you, and that's awesome.
You created this space, and it is amazing. So thank you for being a human with wings.
We all are humans with wings. It's just whether we want to show them or not.
Yeah. Well, I I fell in a sitting position. Fucked myself up. I just had my right bicep reattached. Friggin', I mean,
Are you walking through the pain right now?
Every day of my life. My foot hurts every single day. But I mean, you know, when you damage yourself, you know, your pain level steps up. You know, it becomes your new normal. You know, about 10 years ago, I was off of Upriver Drive, Boulder Beach down there. There's a rope swing, right? And I was going off the rope swing into the river. You know, probably about at least 12 times. And then I got this bright idea, you know, that I was going to climb to the top of the tree, which is about 45 feet, and jump into the river. And well, I didn't take into question like the strength of my hands at the time, and I got halfway up and my hands gave out and I fell in a sitting position. And when I hit the bank of the river, my foot came down, and there was the bank of the river and a root that came around, and the opening was about this big, that forced my heel up, and 6 inches below it was a flat rock. And when it came down, 2 inches of bone from my heel was on the ends, jammed out on the inside and whatnot. It took 6 people to carry me from the bank of the river to the road just so I could get to the EMTs so they could take me to the hospital. I have 12 screws and a titanium plate in my right heel holding it all together. I got a 4-inch by 4-inch incision where they pulled my heel down to put all the bone placement back together, put all the screws in, and put it all back together. I didn't walk for 6 months.
Holy shit.
Yeah, I don't like taking pharmaceuticals. I don't like freaking opiates. I don't like any of that garbage. So the doctor gave me my pain pills, and on the pain pills it said take as needed for pain, right? And so every time I'd go in, he's like, what's your, you know, how are you doing on pills? And I was like, oh, I got about 30 left. He was like, 30, you should be out by now. And I'm like, no, it says on there to take as needed for pain, and I'd rather deal with the pain and only take them when I absolutely have to, you know. And about on the 3rd visit doing the same thing, he was like, okay, well, when you need a refill, he's like, call me and I'll put one in for you. Really why I smoke weed, you know, is, you know, to deal with the pain. You know, a lot of it, you know, because I'd rather do that. Like, I don't even take ibuprofen unless I absolutely have to. About the only time you'll actually catch me taking ibuprofen, like, willingly, is at Barter Fair to preamp so my hands don't swell so bad so I can play my drum all night.
Hell yeah.
So, yeah, but...
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
I mean, it's been 10 years since that point now, and it's like, I don't hobble for 45 minutes in the morning until my ankle warms up enough for me to be able to walk around. You know, I used to do that every day. I'd limp to work, you know, until I'd finally warm up enough and I had enough mobility in that ankle that I could actually walk normal, you know. And it's like,
right,
it's day-to-day life, you know. It's like, what do you do? I can sit there and bitch about it, but I ain't gonna get nothing done. I still gotta get stuff done, you know. So yeah, so I'd rather walk through the pain than medicate through the pain. When I need medication, I usually go to weed.
You were telling me that you and a couple friends had fallen. Would you mind just sharing your story with us?
So I worked downtown Coeur d'Alene at Crickets and Kaiju for years, and you can go upstairs and...
As you can see, I couldn't just end it right there. So subscribe and click on the bell to get notified when I upload part 2. And as always, where are you? It's your hit. Don't make me smoke all this weed by myself. Come walk 1 mile with me, and I will show you some magic. This is pretty sweet. Oh yeah, and here's the doorway.
I love it. Oh my god, this is cool.
There are ducks! There's ducks. Hello, Crackers!
Much love and much peace, you all.
like multiple all at once. You can just get high as shit. Violently high. I like it.
The reason that I call these people that help us out humans with wings, because originally I was calling them angels, and I was invited into the home of a Muslim. 17 others there, all Muslim, and me at the time pretty much a man of no faith. And I shared with them my story, and let me tell you guys, they told me anytime I come through their town to please knock on their doors. They will feed me and they will shelter me. And when I told them about the angels helping me out, one of the men looked at me and says, no, angels, you know they're good. They look beautiful. They're wearing white flowing robes. They got beautiful wings. And demons, they're smelly and they got their horns and their tails and their pitchforks. But humans, we have the option. We have the choice. We can either show our wings and our halos or our horns and our tails. Time and time again, I've seen almost nothing but humans with wings out here. Keep watching, and I'll keep showing you this magic.